Welcome to the Loner Ranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and I am the Loner Ranger. They call me the Loner Ranger because that's pretty much all I do is arrange loans. People that want to buy or refinance a home, they want to save money when it comes to purchasing a new home. All these things come into play when listening to this show, and hopefully I can bring some value to you, whether you are a home buyer or you're considering refinancing or not. Chances are you probably know somebody that is. So we're going to talk about all the things that are happening in the market right now. What are interest rates doing? What are they likely to do? What's the market look like? Are we still struggling in this crazy market with multiple offers? Are we going to see a crash? Are things going to come tumbling down around us? What does all this mean? And can we get the real news and not the fake news? Well, the Loner Ranger is here to save the day. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, at least for the most part. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you this much. I think I got a pretty good handle on what direction things are going in and how you can take advantage of it. Because here, you're going to get the good news, you're going to get the ugly news, but you're also going to always look for a way, we're going to always look for a way to be able to capitalize on what the environment is. We hear things oftentimes about the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. How can we possibly take advantage of a market like this? Is it really a buying opportunity? Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. So let's get started right away because I've got some really interesting things to talk about. So let's just say that you are a potential buyer or you know somebody that's a potential buyer. So let's talk about the struggles that you're having right now. We all know that if there's a house on the market and it's priced even decently right, there's multiple offers on the table. So how do you compete? How do you get chosen? What are you doing against the cash buyer? Can you beat the cash buyer? Do you have to go higher than the cash buyer? Well, here's the thing, guys. I don't think you do. I don't think that you have to beat the cash buyer or even oftentimes match the cash buyer if your offer is strong in the eyes of the seller and the listing agent. Now, unfortunately, the listing agent has a lot of pull when it comes to influencing the seller, and oftentimes they're misled. Like, I think they're misled when entertaining a VA transaction. And a lot of realtors out there are like, yeah, they're a VA, and I want to take a VA because the appraisals come in low and the inspections come back with everything on it that the seller needs to fix, and the seller isn't going to fix anything. Well, that's just not true. That's fake news. That's misinformation. Now, granted, if the house does have deferred maintenance, that could be the case. The VA appraiser is going to call for it. There's no question about it. But a VA appraiser uses the same comparables to determine value that any other appraiser uses. They are a sales approach, not a cost approach. So a VA appraiser can be really good. They can be really bad. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I think a lot of VA appraisers out there are spoiled. Okay, you're listening to me. I know 2 or 3 are probably listening to me right now, and I believe you're spoiled. I believe that you get into this position where the deals are a lay down for you, so you can do whatever you want, and you don't really care about what your customer is because you don't any longer have a customer. And when you remove that from the equation, service goes to hell in a handbasket. As soon as somebody's guaranteed a deal, the service level goes to hell. But if you have to work for it, you're going to be sharper. You're going to be on your toes. You got the competitors. They're going to try to steal your cheese, so you got to do a better job. But let's eliminate VA. Let's talk about how you can position yourself to be the best buyer. Well, first of all, my fast track loan approval. So let's discuss fast track loan approval, because if you're fast tracked, then I'm going to give the seller a guarantee that you're going to close and you're going to close on time, or I'll pay the seller up to $500 a day for every day I miss the closing. Now, you can't delay the transaction or I won't pay. You can't avoid giving me documents or I won't pay. But if I got a client that's fully approved through my fast track program, that means you've already given me every document that I could possibly need. Now, what's the difference in a pre-approval and a fast track loan approval? Substantial difference. Not even close. So let's just break this down. Most banks do what's called a pre-qualification. You call them up, You tell them how much you make. You tell them where your money is, and they pull your credit, and they go, well, it looks like you're going to qualify for this much money. But that's the teller or the loan officer that's writing the pre-approval. She's putting your life on your line. When I say your life, your financial life, one of the biggest decisions you ever make, or he. Okay? Now, they will oftentimes write a letter of pre-qualification and call it a pre-approval. If it's conditioned, if any letter is conditioned upon you providing evidence of income or assets, or you're missing any documents, it's a pre-qualification. It is not written the paper it's written on. It's not worth the paper it's written on. It's zero. To me, it's zero. And most real estate agents won't even entertain that. Or they can see through it because it says pre-approval, but it's a pre-qualification letter. Now, let's go to the next step and talk about pre-approval. Pre-approval means that you've given me your pay stubs, W-2s, whatever it is I've asked you for. But maybe there's something you didn't give me. Maybe you didn't give me a copy of the divorce decree. Do you think that could make a difference? If there's child support or alimony or something like that? Okay. Maybe you didn't tell me about a forbearance you were in. Maybe you didn't tell me about a loan modification you did during COVID. Maybe maybe you were trying to use bonuses to approve you, but they were never documented over a 2-year period of time. Well, if that's the case, then an underwriter would pick up on that, and the pre-approval letter that the loan officer wrote isn't worth anything. So what do I do to fast track? I take your loan application and I pre-approve you. Then I send that application to a loan underwriter, not a loan officer. Loan officers will be happy to write a letter of anything you want, but the underwriter is the one with the end say. So the underwriter then approves the loan. Then I can make a seller guarantee. Now, if you're interested in this or knowing more about it, all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me at 407-706-3313 or webringyouhome.com. Okay, now let's let's elevate that to a whole new level, because granted, I don't know any other lenders out there that are going to give the seller a guarantee of $500 a day that the lender's going to pay if they don't meet the closing date. But I will, in writing. But let's make it better, because you may not even get the opportunity to say that because you're not the one that's even getting chosen. So if you're struggling with that, I will call the listing agent and make that guarantee that I'll close on time. Let's say that still doesn't do it. What if you really were a cash offer? You could be a cash offer, you know. And you're thinking, I don't have cash to pay for a $450,000, $650,000 house. I don't have the cash for that. Well, if you get fast-tracked through me, meaning I've got every document that I need and I've fast-tracked loan approve you and my underwriters approve that loan, I will then allow you to use one of my programs called Cash Plus. This is a program where we'll physically go in and guarantee that we'll pay cash and close by the closing date. It removes every condition. No appraisal condition. All you got to do is get a home inspection and give me all your documents. And I'll guarantee and back up that offer with cash. You want to know more about that program? That's going to save the deal. You can call me at 407-706-3313. If you're a real estate agent out there and you're listening to this program, you owe it to yourself to eliminate the frustration. Now, I can't do that on FHA and VA loans yet, and I'm not doing it on jumbo, but if you're conventional, I'll give that guarantee, and I'll make that happen. 407-706-3313 or webringyouhome.com. That's my Cash Plus offer. You can't beat it. It's cash. It's going to elevate you to the top. It's going to take you right to the top, and I'll close, and I'll end up using our own money to buy that house if that fell through somehow. So if you want more details on it, call me at 407-706-3313. That's my Cash Plus offer. Now, let's talk about what's going on in the market right now when it comes to interest rates. So Last week, we actually saw pretty much of a neutral week. We had a couple of rough days. We had a couple of good days. Rates improved a couple of days. They got worse a couple of days as well. So it kind of balanced itself out a little bit. Interest rates are running from the high 4s to the mid 5s right now. 15-year, you can probably get into the low 4s right now. Even the 3s have pretty much gone by the wayside for the most part. You can buy it down. I'm seeing a lot of people paying more points now than I've ever seen. Like, I'm going to tell you something. 33 years I've been doing this. I've never seen a market where more people were buying rates down than not buying them down. We're starting to hear more people ask about adjustable rate mortgages. So here's my take on it from the Loan Arranger. Okay. You can come to me for a loan, or you can go somewhere else. Okay. Of course, I'm trying to earn your business, but I always want to be honest with you. I am not an adjustable rate lender in a fixed rate market. And you may go, well, we're coming out of a fixed rate market and into an adjustable rate market. No, you're not. Not until we well exceed 7.5% is it better for you to go with an ARM. Because I can tell you one thing. Lenders love doing ARMs. This is a little trick of the trade. It's almost like leases for a car. I'm guaranteed you're going to come back. I guarantee you I'm going to come back. And here's the thing with an adjustable rate. I guarantee you I'm going to pick up a refi on that. Now, you get a fixed rate right now, I'm going to pick up a refi down the road too, because when rates drop, I'm going to refinance you out of it, get you a better rate. But on an adjustable rate mortgage, it makes it more and more challenging for people because you start getting used to this lower payment, but it's not getting you anywhere. And then as interest rates rise, that, like, let's just say right now you're getting a mortgage at 5%, and I could give you 3.5% on an adjustable rate mortgage. Now here's your logic. I already going to read your tea leaves. I'm not going to be in the house that long. That's what people said in 2007 and 8. Don't worry. I'm not going to be in the house that long. Guess what? You had no control over that. Okay. So what happens if you do an adjustable rate mortgage? Interest rates will continue to rise. So let's just say, I've been telling you guys they're going to hit 7.5% by the end of the year. Well, now I'm changing that. It might only hit 7.5 by the end of the year, but I think we're going to be into the 8s, maybe even the 9s before you know it. I know that's not nice to hear. I'm not happy about it, but I got to be truthful about it. The way that our administration runs right now is going to continue to just drive things up. It's a tax and spend, tax and spend, tax and spend, and it's just driving things up, and it's causing inflation to go through the roof. And the only way they can curb inflation is to raise interest rates to slow you down. That's the intention of rising interest rates. So they're going to do that, and they'll just keep going higher and higher in interest rate until you can't buy anymore, till everybody just stops. Then once the economy settles, they'll start to drop again. That could be in 10 years from now. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't see it being around the corner. 407-706-3313. I'm the Loan Arranger. I'm here to give you the whole news. Nothing but the news, but nothing but the truth. But that's it. That's the way it goes. So if you have not refinanced yet, or you have not locked your rate in, call me. If you're purchasing a home and it's to be built, I got a long-term rate lock. I can lock you in for up to a year from now and guarantee your rate. I also have a lock-in shop for people that want to get fully approved. Same thing. You got to get fast-tracked with me, and then I'll send you out. I can lock in today's rate, because if you don't find a house for 2 to 3 months and interest rates are a point higher than they are today, you're not going to be happy. So you can lock that rate in advance. I'm the Loan Arranger, CrossCountry Mortgage, Bruce Woodburn, 33 years in the business, closed well over 10,000 transactions, one of the top producers in the nation, and I'm here to make sure that you get the best information, the best loan, the best service all the way around. That's what differentiates me from everybody else. I guarantee you great service. Put me to the test. I'm here for you. 407-706-3313 or WeBringYouHome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Show with Bruce Woodburn, Cross Country Mortgage. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.